How's it going, everyone? Do you know what happens when someone becomes rich and famous because they're really good at one thing? Well, sometimes it goes to their head and they start thinking that they're really good at absolutely everything. And this is what has happened exactly to our boy, Mudahar. He was someone who was really good at fixing printers and emulating Windows on Linux. And no doubt about it, he was really good at it. His advice, his input on these things, top notch, honestly. I don't understand anything about computers, but I love to hear him speak about it. But now he has branched out in things that he has absolutely not the first clue about. Mainly, seemingly most of the time nowadays, about finances and law, which he is woefully absolute trash at. And we're gonna be looking at it, because this is kind of hilarious, but a little bit sad at the same time.
Ladies and gentlemen, why are we talking about his Dogecoin lawsuit? Well, given the fact that he's a hype man, a hype beast, one of the chief lawsuits is him apparently promoting Dogecoin and absolutely causing people to lose over $80 billion of cash. Now, if you look at Twitter, you'll see that he replaced the bird as a joke with the Shiba Inu, denoting Dogecoin, okay? Doge is back, babies. And Elon's got a history of promoting this kind of shit. Now, because of Elon promoting this, there has been a cause for his lawyers to come out and dismiss that lawsuit. So Elon Musk's lawyers actually ended up trying to do a motion to dismiss the lawsuit last Friday. And basically they said the lawsuit's garbage. The plaintiffs never actually described how Elon Musk's statements ever actually defrauded people.
True.
Now, of course, the complaint is a fanciful work of fiction that fails to state any actionable claim against defendants Musk and Tesla, and must be dismissed in its entirety with prejudice. So they actually want it removed, but they want it removed so hard from the record, it actually has backlash to the people issuing it in the first place.
So we're not even 3 minutes into the video, and Muda has already made so many incorrect statements that people who practice the law are most likely committing self-deletion in high numbers. So first of all, Elon Musk changing the Twitter logo to a Doge emblem has absolutely zero to do with the fact that his lawyers went for a motion to dismiss the lawsuit against them. They are lawyers. That is their job. And the first thing everyone always tries to do in a lawsuit is to get it dismissed, because going through a lawsuit is something that takes a lot of time. So everyone, under any circumstances, always tries to go for the dismissal route first if possible. And they would have done it no matter what Elon Musk does, because that's their job. Someone sues Elon Musk, they get right to it. Second of all, if you're gonna talk about these subjects in a serious manner, take 5 minutes of your time and look up the most commonly used terminology. Dismissed with prejudice does not mean that Elon Musk is gonna go after these people. It doesn't mean that he's gonna try and do bad things to them. Dismissed with prejudice, in the most simplest of terms, means that he cannot get sued on these counts again.
If you look into Dogecoin, one of the biggest conspiracy theories is one of the accounts apparently owning a massively large amount of Dogecoin. So somewhere around 33.5 billion Doge owned, which comes up to currently valued at $3.3 billion. Now, of course, if you look at Dogecoin real quickly, one of the things that people really got to tell you about with alternate coins is in Dogecoin, the top 10 to 100 people own around 66.9% of the coins. When it comes to these pump and dump situations, when the bottom 30% puts their money in, the bottom 80% in a lot of cases put their money in, the top 10% of the holders typically will, at that moment when the price is peaked, will just dump their Dogecoin to actually make the money back and leaving hardcore bags for the people at the bottom. It's why we call it a pump and dump. The people at the bottom pump it, the people at the top dump it. They make a crap ton of money, and the people at the bottom never recover.
From not understanding the law and how it works, to not understanding finance and how it works. If what Mudahar just described was true, then every single person who has ever worked in a hedge fund would have already been put in prison. What he just described as a pump and dump is actually a normal thing that happens in every market. There is a severe difference between a pump and dump and what he described. And this is actually kind of funny because I would have honestly thought that he knows what a pump and dump is, but seemingly he does not know. A pump and dump is when someone who has big bags in something is artificially creating interest in it, and people end up, because of that, buying into it, which pushes the price of that thing even higher, and then that person with the big bags actually starts to sell off what he has. And that's when you get the situation that people at the bottom are holding the big bags. But what Mudahar described is not a pump and dump, because there is no singular entity in this situation who is making it so that other people want to buy Dogecoin. What he described is a normal thing that happens in the market in pretty much honestly every situation. Whenever something gets its price increased drastically, usually, in a lot of cases, it can be because people are buying into it because of some kind of hype. And the people who already have big investments into that decide to sell off because they find it a good opportunity. They're not criminals because of it. It's a completely normal market situation.
Looking at Dogecoin's price, back in the day, it used to be worth fractions of a goddamn penny. All right, literally fractions of a penny at one point. Now, of course, at the highest peak, it was around 72 cents per coin. Now, of course, because of that Shiba Inu and Elon Musk promoting Dogecoin again, it jumped up 25% in just the last 24 hours alone. Again,
I'm gonna explain later why statements like this are extremely stupid.
and these are speculative assets. In my opinion, if you're putting your life savings into buying Dogecoin, you're a fucking idiot. Now,
That's
there's people
true,
who are like,
though.
well, I put
That's
in $100 and I made $200 out of it. That's cool. You played a gamble and you succeeded that gamble, all right? That's cool for you to do. But in genuine actuality, there's really no analysis to it. There's no logic behind this. People are just gambling their money away, hoping that it triples overnight.
True.
And in some cases, it can. And then it's even harder to get that money out when everyone's trying to cash out their Dogecoin winnings for actual tangible.
So, this is an understatement. The reason no one can cash out, really, even the top holders of Dogecoin who have in the billions, is the reason if they start to cash out en masse, they will collapse the price of Dogecoin instantaneously on their own. This is the reason why it's hard to cash out if you're a ginormous holder, because you collapse the price.
Currency. For currency to work, it needs real-world utility, which most of these cryptocurrencies do not have. If Elon Musk genuinely fucking believed in Dogecoin, he would be allowing you to buy Twitter Blue with Dogecoin cryptocurrency. At one point, you could buy a Tesla with Bitcoins, but I'm pretty sure the accountants jumped in and told him, listen, buddy, let's not fuck up our books that bad, okay?
I'm just gonna skip over this because this statement on its own is like 10 layers of stupidity, and it's gonna take too long.
Let's not go down that road. So, of course, Elon doesn't really believe in it because his own platform doesn't allow taking it, all right? Maybe that could change in the next 24 hours. After all, Twitter lately has been just bad decision after bad decision. Hell,
Oh, also, if you're wondering, Mudahar is one of those people who think Elon Musk is stupid, and he just lucked out 300 times in a row and just rolled the dice and got the 0.0000 outcome and became a billionaire. Yeah, he's also one of those guys.
fucking site alone is worth half of what Elon paid for it initially. Now,
And this may seem smart to some people, but when it comes to statements like this, never trust them. Absolutely never trust and finance anything you cannot see the math behind and what they actually looked at. If you are not looking at a 20-page analysis paper from some kind of top 1% hedge fund, then that most likely is a BS analysis. And I have no idea who from this even is, but I can already tell it's BS, because trust me, you can give me a bunch of numbers about Twitter, and I can do some BS, but yet real math, and get its worth to roughly 1 penny if I really wanted to. It's not complicated.
Now, of course, going back, this one wallet address, DH5YAI, whatever you want to call it, this Dogecoin address, currently one of the largest holders for Dogecoin, is the one people have been looking at relatively hard. Now, it's owned by Robinhood, or at least that's the wallet tag that's been put onto it. And while it is the largest owner, around 24% of the actual circulating Dogecoin like supply is in this one wallet alone. Now, of course,
It's just held in that wallet. It doesn't mean it's being circulated. Money that is being held and is not used arguably is not in circulation on some levels.
even the people behind Robinhood came out and pretty much said that's not them, that's just them owning the cash or holding it for people who are using their platform. So they literally said right over here, to put a super fine point, on behalf of the firm, we don't trade, hold, or lend, and we don't take part in any activity when it comes to cryptocurrency. The only thing we do is at the direction of our customers, buy and sell on their behalf. Now, who owns this entire wallet, or if this wallet is even owned by just...
The speculation that Mudahar is trying to put in not words here is that it's potentially maybe Elon Musk.
one person, rather it just being like a total supply that's divided amongst like tens of thousands of people, is a question millions of people can ask. There's been a lot of conspiracy theories around this one wallet and if Elon Musk himself owns it. The only person to...
Oh wait, he actually put it into words. My mistake.
Gain from Elon's constant posting about Dogecoin would be this wallet, okay? If they're pushing out a crap ton of money.
So this is the easiest way to disprove it, and I think he's being extremely disingenuous here. There are ways to track the wallet and what it's doing and what it's sending money to. So if the statement that Elon Musk is pumping and dumping Dogecoin is real, that would mean every time Elon Musk tweets about it in a positive light, then you would correlatively see that that wallet is dumping huge loads. But that is most likely not happening because Muta is definitely smart enough because he has done these things. He could check the wallet what it's actually doing.
And profiteering off of it. And again, the goddamn billion.
And I want to say, even if there was a correlation between that, that is just maybe someone who's being smart and slowly trickling down his Doge into some actual real money while the price is higher.
And of course, it's because of lawsuits like this that maybe if they were taken far enough, through phases like discovery, we could find out if Elon Musk and how much of Dogecoin that he owns. He buys it, clearly we know it.
It's not a could, it's a 100% you would find out if he owns Dogecoin.
But how much of it does he own and how much of does he profit off of his tweets is a whole different question. If he is legitimately manipulating the price, it could be really bad for somebody like Elon Musk. So of course, in this lawsuit, we're going to...
Bad things are bad. What a conclusion.
Go through it again in further detail. Elon Musk, SpaceX, and Tesla are engaged in a crypto pyramid scheme as part of Dogecoin currency. So again, obviously, they're trying to tell you Dogecoin is not worth anything. The price simply gets manipulated, and the people losing it are the ones that follow Elon's, I guess, advice. For them to even say the word advice, they have to prove that Elon was actually giving this as financial advice, which this lawsuit doesn't really do a great job of, but we'll get to it.
And this is also something you probably should know when you're talking about law and whatnot. It's the fact that there are very, very rarely situations when the answer is, well, this is not exactly like that, but, close enough. No, usually in a lot of cases, I don't know if most cases apply to this, but as far as I know, it's either that happens or it doesn't happen. There's no situation of in between, trust me, bro, in these sort of things.
So of course they said the plaintiff have lost approximately $86 billion in this scheme. Again, like I said earlier, personal responsibility. If you're dumb enough to buy into this,
True,
and you put your whole life savings into this goddamn meme currency, you're a fucking idiot. And you deserve to probably lose some of that money, in my opinion. But of course, let's look at their statement of facts. So in 2013, Dogecoin was launched by co-founders Billy Marcus and Jackson Palmer at 0.02 of a penny in its initial value. So of course in 2019, Musk started talking to those developers and providing them advice and sharing his vast Rolodex of contacts. Again, like I said earlier, how much of it did he buy and how much of it does he profiteer off of when it comes to, him promoting it? If it turns out that he's promoting Dogecoin and raising the value or killing the value and buying and selling it in accordance to those tweets, it would be pretty bad for Elon Musk.
True.
And again, if If the SEC goes into it and looks into it as a security, if it passes the Howey test, which it probably won't since Bitcoin doesn't pass the Howey test, and Dogecoin also falls into the same tier. Obviously, if it passes the 4 prongs, which is an investment of money, is a common enterprise, a reasonable expectation of profit, and derived from the efforts of others, if it passes all 4 of these, it could get even worse if the SEC chooses to look into it. And they've already started to look into influencers and their promotion of cryptocurrencies. For them to go right after Elon Musk would be a bigger deal. But I don't think it's possible, really, because Elon's so rich and so far entrenched in that I don't think the system's ever going to go against one of their own. I'm sorry.
One of their own. Oh, I'm sorry, Muta, that you actually don't follow any news or anything. This is probably out of pure hate for Elon Musk. Does anyone remember what happened when he bought Twitter, or he was trying to buy Twitter, or in the process of it? What happened? They started investigating Tesla for breaches of contract, people's safety, and all those things, just because he was about to buy Twitter and then he bought Twitter. All of those things happened probably because, yeah, exactly as Mudahar says, because he's so entrenched there and he's one of their own. They surely decided to just go after him and his companies just because he's one of their own. Oh my god, this is just so pathetic.
All these laws only apply to you and me, the people at the bottom of the ladder, not the people at the top like Elon Musk.
This is one of the biggest things I absolutely hate about influencers and people like Mudahar when they do this. You know what they do? They always try to do this thing where they're, hey, you and me, we're the same. You're living paycheck to paycheck, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, which is absolute complete bull, and everyone should know this. This guy lives in a house that most people would consider a mansion. He drives an expensive luxury car that most likely costs 2 of your yearly salaries combined. He used to wear some kind of Rolex or some kind of watch that most likely was 10k or something like. I have no idea. You can check me on that. Maybe I'm wrong. But he used to wear a really expensive watch. He probably did the playbook of Macron and just removed it because, yeah, that doesn't probably look like I'm one of the plebs. This guy is literally the top 1% of the world. He's a millionaire and he's doing the tactic of, oh, look at me, I'm the exact same as you, living paycheck to paycheck. I absolutely hate this. This is one of the big things that I find absolutely appalling about people like him. That they are so desperate to get that familiarity status so people like them more. Because people like people who are like them. And him pretending every time he's in front of the camera that he is not a literal multi-millionaire and he's just one of the normal people is absolutely appalling in my honest opinion. He's a millionaire. He does not live paycheck to paycheck. He can burn 10k any moment that he wants. He is the guy who promoted, pretty much blatantly by most considered scam, you know, the established title things, and then made a video saying, oh, poor me, you see, I sometimes choose by myself to do videos that are not going to be as viewed, so I'm going to lose money. So I need to take on these sponsorships so I don't lose as much money. Pathetic.
Apply to you and me, the people at the bottom of the ladder, not the people at the top like Elon Musk. So in this entire lawsuit, out of 100 points in discovery of facts, they literally catalog almost every tweet Elon makes, and they actually time it with the rise and fall of that Dogecoin currency, which is an interesting point to make. So they literally tell you at certain dates, Dogecoin was trading at 3 pennies. And then Musk posts 4 tweets, such as no highs, no lows, only Doge. In this entire lawsuit, out of 100 points in discovery of facts, they literally catalog almost every tweet Elon makes, and they actually time it with the rise and fall of that Dogecoin currency, which is an interesting point to make. So they literally tell you
this is the stupidest point they can make. Elon Musk is just gonna get a professional witness in the worst case scenario that understands finances, and he is gonna absolutely dismantle everything here, because I'm gonna do it in pretty much 5 minutes very soon.
Certain dates, Dogecoin was trading at 3 pennies. And then Musk posts 4 tweets, such as no highs, no lows, only Doge. And Dogecoin is the people's crypto. I wanted to fact check this myself and make sure Elon Musk actually said this. And
Imagine Mudahar fact checking something. Oof.
some of these tweets are actually up, like Dogecoin is the people's crypto. No need to be a GigaChad to own. Then, of course, you've got the future currency of Earth, Dogecoin to the moon. And then, of course, who let the Doge out? Man,
Cringe.
this is the cringiest
True.
Twitter feed I've ever read. Jesus Christ.
So to disprove all of this garbage, all we need is the graph that Mudahar was using, and then a couple of points that are highlighted here. For example, let's go with this. On January 13, 2021, defendant Elon Musk tweeted something, and Dogecoin increased by 30%, going from 0068 to 0098, which is a pretty decent increase. Now let's look at the graph right here. So let's find January 13, 2021. So first of all, it's actually not on the price that these people are claiming it is. It is actually a price of, for some reason, 0081, which is kind of strange. That means this is already lying. This is untrue, and this is going to be disastrous, most likely in court because of it. But anyway, we can still look at this magical increase that they are talking about. So let's look at it, shall we? January 13, 2021, Elon Musk says good things, and after, 2 days, it goes up. And it actually does go up. Wow, would you look at that? What does that mean? Did Elon Musk pump and dump here? Well, maybe. Honestly, you kind of basically see him saying good things and Doge going up. But did he actually take any advantage of that? Did he sell off? That is the real question, because if he did not sell off, that by definition is not a pump and dump. But this one line, this one situation doesn't matter anything, because after a little bit of a while, it just went down. And furthermore, at January the 2nd, look at this. This is a literally 2 times X increase in value for Dogecoin. And maybe if we look at this tweet that Elon Musk did saying, oh, now you can buy things with that, maybe he did that, just maybe, in response for Dogecoin just doubling its value overnight for no apparent reason whatsoever. But hey, maybe Elon Musk tweeted something also right here. Who honestly knows? But in any case, I didn't personally see it. By February 2nd, 2021, Dogecoin was trading at 0.03. And then on February 4th, well, it got pumped and dumped, so it obviously went a lot above that. So let's find February the 2nd. As we can see, it's here, and then it goes down, which is kind of strange considering Elon Musk is supposed to be the God King Emperor when it comes to deciding how Dogecoin goes around its business and does things. So this is kind of strange. So you're telling me Elon Musk, who can single-handedly manipulate the Dogecoin value, tweeted something good and it dropped. That's absolute insanity. And this is why they are, by the way, using a two-day timescape, not 1 day, because it doesn't look good when you're saying, oh, at February the 2nd, he tweeted out something and the next day it went down. Doesn't look good now, does it? But after a day, man, that looks pretty good. And after even more days, man, it looks even better. Why didn't they actually make it so that, this would have been a bigger increase, more noticeable, But the thing is, for example, Elon Musk says something around here, and, even if you want to say it's because of him, there's like a slight increase, right? The thing is, they need to be consistent with their numbers. They can't just show as evidence that, oh, look at this, Elon Musk pumped and dumped here, and it increased by, roughly, what is this increase in 2 days? 12% or something like that? A rough increase of 12%, right? And then Elon Musk says something good about it here, and Dogecoin literally triples its value. That does absolutely not make any sense. So he tweets out something random at one spot, it barely moves the needle, and then he tweets out, the same kind of random mumbo jumbo. An avalanche effect happens, like a scathing effect. It's insane. No one is gonna take that seriously. Furthermore, if we actually look at the substance of the tweet, no highs, no lows, only Doge. And it is about February the 2nd. And we look at what happened previously, then we can kind of see that on January 28th to January 29, Doge had something roughly of 300 times X. Which is insane. And then that 300 times X decided to pretty much like double itself right here. And maybe, just maybe, Elon Musk is tweeting in response for these situations. And furthermore, if you won't know anything about stock graphs, then you probably can recognize a situation like this. Some kind of miracle happens, and you know what happens right after that? It goes up. And then when everyone has bought it, people are starting to sell it because they know that it's gonna go down, and it does go down. And when the dip happens, people buy it again. This is very common. This is the most common thing, honestly, to happen in the stock market in situations like this. This exact graph right here. Mudahar and everyone here is trying to tell you that Elon Musk is pretty much responsible for the most common thing that you can see in the marketplace. It's absolutely insane. There is no consistency of how much he increases the value of the market. We can pretty much take absolutely almost any kind of date here and look at it, and we will see a similar pattern. On December, do I have December? No, I do. No, I do have December. So let's look at December. December 2020. Defendant Elon Musk tweeted one word Doge. Only a few hours later, the Dogecoin saw its value spike from that to that, an increase of 40%. Okay, so now it's an increase of 40%. Let's look at December 20. December 20, and that's strange. That's not a value increase of, that's not an increase of 20%. Huh, that's kind of strange. That's a value increase of what, 12% again, roughly, something like that. They don't even have their numbers correct here, which makes absolutely no sense. And anyone who understands anything about finances and stuff like this is gonna look at all these claims and just absolutely wipe the floor with them because of how absolutely unreasonably ludicrous they are. And then let's look at flipping the script, as Mudahar says, when Elon Musk intentionally tries to tank the price of Doge. So this tweet seemingly tanked Doge, right? February 14, 2021. Let's look at the graph. What do we see? February 14, 2021. After he tweets that, it does go down. But wait a minute, it has been already going down for multiple days. It is insane. I don't think you can convince anyone and honestly get them to believe that Elon Musk is not tweeting in response to the graph's movements, not actually moving the graph by tweeting. It is an impossible thing to prove. Now, maybe you can have some slight potential saying, hey, look at this. On December 24th when he tweeted, it did go up. Or, January 13th when he tweeted, it did go up. But after, again, it went down. And the only way that did is market manipulation to enrich himself is if he specifically decided to sell at that point. And I'm not talking about a minor sell, I'm talking about big sells. Like he is liquidating huge amounts of his position.
Because this cryptocurrency literally lives and dies by somebody memeing, the richest guy in the world memeing, obviously the price can be, up and down. The price can be raised and deflated. And of course, if Elon Musk is taking advantage of that, that can be an issue. Now again...
Yep, that is definitely an issue. Remember, do not tweet. If something is going up and you tweet about it going up, you are pumping and dumping the market most likely. That's definitely what it means.
Elon was never still, in that case, providing any financial advice. He's just promoting the cryptocurrency. He's not telling you to go buy it. Again, if you follow Elon Musk, which again, I understand both points, image intimidation. He's one of the richest guys in the world. If he's promoting something financial, you probably want to take part into it. It obviously breeds some level of legitimacy, and I'm sure somebody who doesn't know anything about financial advice would jump in and buy this coin, even if it's $100 at a time. And because
that is something very strange to be sure of.
Elon never provided the advice, this lawsuit is kind of like, a 50-50 as far as it's considered. And again, I'm not a lawyer, but I can't really see where this lawsuit necessarily proves Elon was ever giving advice. He was promoting it. He clearly appears to be manipulating the price, but
clearly manipulating the price. Muda? That is a defamatory statement. But then again, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not 100% sure on that. But it sounds really defamatory when you put it like that, you know?
Was he ever telling people to buy it? Probably not. So
Probably not. And to finish this off, probably the most insanely stupid thing Muta has said.
What's important is negligence here. Plaintiff reiterates again, defendant encouraged millions of people to buy and sell hundreds of billions of dollars of Dogecoin. Again, encourage is a better term here because encouragement, yes, some of those tweets do read like encouragement. And again, like I mentioned earlier, this is the richest guy in the world talking about something financial. His endorsement, his encouragement comes with people taking that as gospel. And that's something, if you're in that space, if you're that rich, is something you have to understand. I don't promote crypto because I know that while I can afford losses, people that follow me probably can't. And obviously, I don't want to get in trouble with any financial organization if I promote any cryptocurrency that people who follow me can constitute as financial advice. Elon is the richest guy in the world with one of the biggest platforms ever. He should be more careful. So this
is hugely problematic what he just said. He should be extremely afraid in his position that if anything like that goes through court and Elon Musk is held liable for it, that would be very bad. Because you see, Mudahar is making a misunderstanding here. There are countless millions of millionaires constantly dishing out financial advice everywhere, on Twitter, to their friends, to people they just met, and so on. And it's in a lot of cases legitimate, in some cases it's not legitimate. But you know what? No one cares. Because it's not the fact that Elon Musk was or is the richest man in the world. The reason why people are taking his advice is because he's a celebrity. And we have seen this constantly throughout life. You see people who are known for being singers suddenly say, "Oh yes, this is very smart, do it." And you know what happens? People do it because they're famous. They have influence through their fame. It's not because they are just rich. It's because they are famous. Richness has absolutely nothing to do with it. A rich guy can post on Twitter, "Do this because I'm gonna make it go sky high," and no one is gonna follow them because they are not famous. When you distill that point down, it all comes down to the fact that the person is famous. And if Elon Musk gets clapped for that, that means that no one is safe, including our boy Mudahar right here. Because let's think about this. He may be rich, that doesn't matter, but he is famous, which means he is encouraging people to do things. Now, in this situation, he is not encouraging people to buy Doge, but remember, you can speculate on something becoming more profitable or less profitable, aka shorting things, and you can do that with crypto. So, if Elon Musk gets clapped for that is exact account, then Mudahar, for doing this video, could also get sued and lose. And let me explain how. Mudahar in this video is essentially, what has he done? He has called Doge nothing short but of pump and dump, a useless coin that has almost no real life value, a pretty much gamble, and something that you are gonna almost definitely lose money on. And am I saying he's wrong? Probably not. But the thing is, he has a large following. People may look at this and say, "Ah, yes, my favorite YouTuber with huge influence is saying that Doge is bad. Let me just short it." And then Doge does go to the moon, and that person has lost all of their money. And because Elon Musk lost and got clapped for being famous, and thus him just existing can manipulate people into doing things, Mudahar could get sued by that person who lost betting against Doge, and he would win in a court case, and Mudahar would be liable for his losses and damages and whatnot. The idea that he thinks, and he probably wants Elon Musk to get clapped for this is absolutely insane, and he has no idea. And at the end, I would like to say, yeah, maybe Elon Musk is actually guilty, who knows. The only way we can know this is if we check what he has done with his Doge, and I am a believer that he most likely does own a substantial amount of Doge. But all the things that Mudahar has said here are frivolous and at best guesswork.